I'm Susan Salmon, and I'm the Dean of the School of Nursing.
I'm Jim Golubeski, President of the Foundation.
Well, scholarships contribute tremendously. First, on an individual basis. I think to our student scholars, they are a sign of our belief in their success. They help them economically, and certainly they help them reach their own personal goals and ambitions. But I think on a broader sense, the scholarships really help nursing as a discipline, and nursing here in the state of New Jersey. By 2020, we are expecting a shortage of over 18,000 nurses, and investing now in individuals, in scholarships, is really helping to address not only the future shortage, but also issues in primary care. We have about 600 master's students who will be contributing to the primary care needs of our state.
And let me just add what the Dean said, because she had a really good phrase there, investing in the future, because that's really what scholarship does.
Yes,
it invests in the future. We're also very try to raise money for endowment also, because that's also a scholarship that continues to give into perpetuity. So when we talk to certain places that have given endowments, it's very important. I can just speak on a personal standpoint. My wife and I also have started a scholarship here at the nursing school. We just completed our scholarship at the public health school, and now we're starting a scholarship here at the nursing school. So and there's nothing wrong with medical school, and it's a very important part of it, but from a personal perspective, the public health and also from the nursing perspective, I think that's an area that needs support also, and that's why personally I feel very strong about those areas. And on a personal basis, my wife and I feel very strongly about certain areas of the medical profession. We just completed a scholarship in the School of Public Health, and we completed the scholarship in Public Health, and we just started an endowment here at the nursing school, and hopefully to be able to contribute to there too. The medical schools are very important, and they have a very important part of the success, but also she and I believe strongly that the other professions are just as important as, and sometimes more important than the other professions in the medical area.
Great. Last 3 years, the School of Nursing has received a total of about $2 million in scholarship money, much of that endowed money, so that the interest on that account will be used towards providing scholarships. So it is a great investment towards a healthy New Jersey.
And the endowments are, as I said before, so critical, because it's the gift that it goes into perpetuity. Right. It continues to give every single year. Although individual grants are important, right, but the endowment is really what makes a program very successful.
And sustainable.
And sustainable, right.
Awards are anywhere from $1,000 through to $50,000 for some of our nurse educator scholars who are being supported by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation.
And the selection process also varies depending on the award, I imagine?
I think Robert Wood Johnson has truly invested in the future of nursing and see nursing as a critical part of that healthcare team that is going to be there for acute care, for transitional care, moving patients from the hospital to home, and certainly for primary care. So they've been a major, major advocate of advancing both nursing faculty, because there's a pipeline issue. Without enough faculty, you can't bring in enough students. So they've supported nursing faculty, they've supported nursing moving in their advanced degrees, so they can take on faculty roles as well as other leadership roles. So it's been a true partnership. Plus they have been a sponsor of the Institute of Medicine report on the future of nursing, improving health.
Well, it's great to see the students come and thank, though.
Right.
I mean, that is so critical from a fundraising perspective, because the donors really, really appreciate the fact that they're, whether it's whatever the means might be, to say thank you, because that allows them to continue to give into the future, because then they see the results of their product, and that's really that's critical, and that's why these things are so important, to just say thank you. Even today with the way of technology, and even with my own kids, they sit there and they text everything. I made my son just write thank you cards out to certain things, and this is so important in the hierarchy. This is the highest hierarchy of thank you, is to personally go out there and to say thank you.
And to see a face that goes along with the name, to listen to their story. And there are many stories We have baccalaureate students who've had life crises in the middle of their programs, and without these scholarships, they would not have continued in the program. We have new master's graduates who are going to be nurse educators who truly would never have been able to accomplish the graduate program in such a condensed period of time without the very generous support of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. And these are individuals that are going to contribute into the field for years and years to come.
Terrific.
I am the Dean of the School of Nursing.
And I'm Jim Golubeski, President of the Foundation of UMD&J.
Scholars today.
You know that I've been practicing at UMD&J for the better part of 30 years now. And I've come to realize over those years that when you start to go through the process of losing someone close to you, you really need some help in getting to some level of acceptance and comfort. During my dad's final days in the hospital, the nurses that cared for him were, in a word, outstanding. They made it possible for him to have a dignified, comfortable, and personal passage with his family at his side. Now, nurses that are out there know how extremely difficult it is to give up control, especially when it's a family member, and especially if you know me. Aside from being a little thick-headed, I am the #1 control freak. But it was the nurses that enabled me to feel that it was okay not to be in control that day and not to be the nurse. They did it in such a manner that I didn't even realize it until much later. And I guess they were extremely perceptive and realized that they had a thick-headed control freak on their hands. Not that I gave them any signals. But they managed the situation as only a nursing colleague could. They left me with a lasting impression on what it means to be a patient and family advocate. They truly exemplified the art, skill, empathy, compassion, and meaning of nursing in a very challenging and emotional time for me and my family. They helped me to get to that level of acceptance and to feel that sense of comfort. I am privileged to be part of that profession. Honoring that profession by establishing this memorial scholarship in my dad's name is a way for me and my family to acknowledge the level of comfort and acceptance that we were able to achieve with their help. It was established to help offset some of the financial burdens a nursing student faces in becoming a compassionate advocate for their patients and their families. It is my and my family's hope that this scholarship will help a nursing student stay on the course of lifelong learning as they continue to gain knowledge and insight of what it really means to be a nurse. My family and I would like to thank the foundation, especially Martha and Liz, for all their support in making this scholarship become a reality. On a personal note, I would like to thank the executive board members of the Alumni Association, and a very special thanks to Ms. Lynn McFarland for helping ensure the successful growth of our Alumni Association over the last 2 years. Because it's through their efforts, along with the foundation and the dean of our school, that our Alumni Association can now offer additional scholarship opportunities for our scholarship award students. I look forward to continued support, and I thank you all for coming.
My name is Kim Islami. My father was Dr. Abdul H. Islami, and the scholarship fund was originated in about 1992. We've been giving scholarships to medical students, nurses, anyone continuing medical education for a good 20 years. In particular, this event is really nice and special because a lot of people don't know that my mother was actually a nurse, although my father was a doctor, so this was always a special spot for her, certainly close to her heart was the nurses and creating the personality. And again, they're the ones that know the patient and really gap the patient with the doctor. So it's a pleasure to be here. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm Katrina Warren, known as Casey Warren. I've been a nurse more than 26 years, and I felt so honored to get the invite to apply for the scholarship. It really brought tears to my eyes because, like I said earlier, my husband and I raised 2 children and put them through college, and we had to foot the financial bill. So when I got this, I said, you sure you got the right person? And I was so honored. The journey of nursing has been a wonderful experience for me. I have touched a lot of lives in the community. I started as a young nurse, an oncology nurse, and I started at Riverview Medical Center in Red Bank, New Jersey. And I knew then, I said, you know what, I like this. So I said, I waited, and at that time I had an associate's degree. And I said, I had to raise my children first, and, to get them out of the way. Then I decided to go back to school for my baccalaureate. Once I got my baccalaureate, I said, I met a good friend. She said, Casey, you'll be a good person. Why don't you go, a better person? I said, why don't you go on as a mentor? She said, go on and apply for the master's program. I said, well, I'm kind of old now. I said, I'm tired. My husband's about to retire. I said, I need to enjoy life a little more, right? She said, no, you can do it. So I entered the UMDNJ program in 2009. And man, I said, boy, this is great. The university, the professors were all nice. I mean, they were there. I mean, the leadership skills that they provided was awesome, amazing. They prepared you so well to go out in the community and be at a higher level in nursing. So, and then, when I got this letter from the scholarship, say, hey, you could be a possible candidate to receive a scholarship to, help, deter the cost. And I applied, and so I said, I told my husband, I said, I'm nervous. I said, I don't know, you think I'm going to get it? Because he had, a range. And I said, whatever they give me, it will be helpful. So when I got the letter that I was accepted, I told everybody. I said, oh my God, I said, you believe I'm getting something? I said, you know what, and I'm going to put this to good use, and it helped me not to apply for more loans, because it is expensive.
If we're able to give a student any amount of money, although maybe several $1,000s may not be a sufficient amount or a huge amount. However, if you had to incorporate that into a loan, the $2,000 or $3,000 you're borrowing, you're going to pay it back $6,000-$7,000 over the time. So if we're able to give them a larger amount, we do so, but even the smaller amounts do have an impact.
Yes, they do. I feel
I
feel great, and the whole ceremony was wonderful, and not often you get to meet the people that give you money. Some people like stay behind the stage, so I had no choice but to come here today. And I told my husband, I said, I don't care what happens, if the tornado come, hurricane come, I said, I'm going to be there. And I said, because I think it's important. They felt one of those things you have to do. So this is why I'm here.
No, then on my side, it's a family foundation. We get a lot of applications every year, and it's always is nice to really, because we really don't do many face-to-face interviews, but it's so nice to come out here and be able to meet the recipients and see what they're all about and their personality and how everything meshes together. So all the best to you.
And one last word.
Go ahead.
I'm 51 years old, and I'm proud to say that. And for somebody to get a scholarship to be this old, going back to school, I think it's awesome. Because usually all the scholarships are for the 4-year undergrad students, and not too many for, the older students, because they feel like you're already established and whatnot, and you don't need anything. We're always in need. Education is very expensive.
Many different paths to success, so the age is irrelevant. Once you're over 21, the age is irrelevant.
But I felt good being this age, getting one. So I must have been the oldest one. So
pleasure.
Much.
All
Great
the best to
meeting
you.
I personally received the Helene Fold Scholarship Trust, and it's a great honor to receive this award. It comes at perfect timing, considering the whole semesters I've been working, so it's giving me some more time to take off from work and to focus on my studies.
I'm also a Helene Fold recipient. and this scholarship truly means a lot to me because there were financial limitations that I had to suffer through, and now I don't have to because of it.
This last spring, I graduated from Rowan University with a biology degree.
My background, I was a high school history teacher, and I taught high school history for 2 years. Lost my teaching job due to budget cuts, and then I decided what's very similar in philosophy to education, and it was nursing. So I decided to become a nurse. It was a difficult decision, but ultimately I think it was the right choice as well. What gave me the idea was my mom. My mom actually just graduated from this program, Stacy Ferreni. She graduated last August, and I saw her going through this, and that made me really think, yeah, nursing's a good avenue for me. So it wasn't too difficult, and especially one of my goals is to actually bridge the gap between education and nursing, because I'm a trained educator, and now I'm a trained nurse. So eventually I'll be able to go back and teach nursing.
I've always been in love with the emergency trauma shows, and I've always wanted to do that. I just want to be in the action. Nursing is the best avenue for me to be able to do that. At that point in time, I was concerned about just getting the best education in the sciences, as the best education I could get at that point in time, and nursing was just the best career I could go into from the biology degree. I definitely want to be in the ER, but working with the geriatric population really has taught me that I can work with people, and that's what I want to deal with.
Once I'm done with the program, I'd like to get a specialty in either neonatology or mental health. I'm not sure which one yet, and then ultimately, like I said, go back and become a nurse educator and teach future nurses.
Terrific.
I'm part of the student government down in Stratford, and I know the Stratford people very intimately, and I'm not really too familiar with a lot of Newark people or the donors for the scholarship, so it was a great way to actually bridge the gap between the two schools. So it's been a great experience to actually bridge that gap and meet the people from Newark as well as the scholarship donors.
I completely agree. It's such an honor to be here today and to meet the president and to meet the donors firsthand. It's been a really good experience. To the donors, thank you so much. You've made a significant impact in my life, and I promise that I will be giving back in the future, just as you have done to me.
And I can't say it any more eloquently than Sean did, so thank you very much.
And my name is Martine Levy. I go to the Stratford campus of UMDNJ, and I live in Delanco, New Jersey.
Okay.
Well, my background is actually in economics. I have also a master's in business administration. I worked as an accountant, and I just didn't like crunching numbers anymore. And I thought back to the days when I first graduated with my economics degree, and my mother always told me, why don't you go back for nursing? And I'm like, everyone's doing nursing. I want to do something different. But during my number crunching days, I just thought about something that I really wanted to do, and caring for people was better than crunching numbers. So I did my research and found out that UMDNJ had an accelerated nursing program for people with a degree, and I applied, and lo and behold, I got accepted, and now I am in level 3, and I'm excited to go into level 4. Moved to South Jersey in 2008, and my commute to Manhattan was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. So that kind of helped trigger the want to go back to school and change my career, because I didn't like the number crunching, I didn't like the commute. What else is there? Why not go to nursing school? And I left my job in Manhattan, worked as a home health aide. So that kind of helped me get my feet wet into the health field. And I worked with elderly patients, and that was awesome. It was just awesome being able to help people that weren't able to help themselves. So that really helped the transition. Granted, the salary, was just drastically different, but just the fact that I loved doing it, that was the best thing ever.
So
able to interact with so many different patients, so many different students, the professors. It's just been awesome knowing that there's other people just like me who, in the middle of their tracks, just want to do something else. And it's just been great. Scholarship from Robert Wood Johnson, and it was just amazing. The funds couldn't come at a better time. Financially, I was not prepared to go back to nursing school. I had exhausted all of my financial aid, and when they came, it was just awesome. And it's just a blessing to know that there's people out there who's willing to help other people reach their goals and dreams. Originally, I worked as a home health aide, and I would have had to work overnights, pick up more hours to pay for school, and the scholarship provided the opportunity for me to reduce my hours, spend more time with my husband, and also study more. So it just alleviated a lot of the financial burden that I had.
Have you
Meet, the donors of the Robert Wood Foundation. It's just an honor to be able to tell them thank you for helping me make my dream a reality. Because many people are dropping out of the program because they can't financially, pay for it. And the fact that they've taken out their time, they're taking out a lot of money to invest in us is just awesome. And I'm just grateful to know that, there's people out there, and I look forward to being in their shoes and giving back to nursing students.
Terrific. So what do you
So much, Robert Wood Johnson. You guys have drastically made a difference in my life. You've helped me reach my goals, and I'm so thankful for the time and the money that you've invested in students like me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it, and I look forward to giving back once I'm done. Thank you.
Terrific.
There are many parties to thank for this. We have foundations represented. We have corporations. We have a new School of Nursing Alumni Association, which is just a wonderful group of volunteers that I've had the privilege of working with. We have individuals who have made the School of Nursing their charity of choice. So even for the folks that are not in the room, believe me, if I put all of our scholarship donors here, they would not fit in this august space. So, this is small and intimate. There are many, many people that could not be here today. So out there in the Ethernet, I thank those individuals as well.
These kinds of events are particularly exciting to me because it's celebrating excellence. It's celebrating the incredible talent that there is at the nursing school, and to recognize that talent by supporting through scholarships makes a difference. And this is a continuum. It gets better and better. No matter how well we do it, we can do it better, and we can do more scholarships. And nursing is such a critical aspect, and I know it, and the nurse knows the patient better than anybody else. And lest I ever forget, my wife tells me every day. So that's really very important. This is about excellence. Keep that in mind. Strive for the best. We're very fortunate to have some of the supporters who have made the critical difference here, and it's wonderful to have the supporters and the recipients meet and speak, because that really is empowering. So I'm delighted to be part of this. This was a very important event for me, because this kind of way of meeting people and talking about excellence always motivates me to the next level. So thank you for allowing me to be part of it, and I look forward to meeting everyone personally. Thank you.
Unfortunately, focus on curing things. We focus on diseased organs. You uniquely look at the person, and that's the important thing. And we in many ways forget that back at the inception of Johns Hopkins, Aldous Huxley made in the initial graduation speech a statement that it is as important to understand the man and the woman as it is to understand the disease. Keep reminding us to understand the disease. And donors, it goes without saying that we have an expression of gratitude to you. But I think the gratitude needs to come from the students, and most importantly, the celebration of success comes from the students. Stay in touch with them. Go back to your organizations. Brag about their accomplishments, because you are the vehicle for their success. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations to the scholars.
And certainly many today gives us is an opportunity for you as students, for us as faculty and administrators, to thank our donors. Thank them individually, thank them repeatedly, and thank them sincerely for the contributions that they are making to the School of Nursing and to your own individual goals and dreams. When you think of giving a scholarship, I do think that, without a doubt, it gives a vote of confidence. We believe that you are going to be successful. We believe that you are going to make a difference. And for everyone in this room, that is my expectation of you. It is my expectation that you will go out and be our future nursing leaders and take care of many of us older people in this room, without a doubt. It's some of you I have spoken to over the years, and you have shared your stories of how you can't believe you got this opportunity, and how this has made a difference. And this is what scholarship is all about. And I can't thank our donors enough. But I believe your generosity has a larger impact, and I really want to stress it, because for all of us, we need to keep it in mind. By supporting nursing education, you are ensuring that every New Jersey resident has a nurse when they need a nurse. As we look at what is happening in the healthcare industry, certainly we know that with healthcare reform, we expect more and more individuals who need care. Both our baccalaureate and our master's and doctorally prepared nurses are going to be there. So when we look at contributing to individual scholars, we're looking at impacting the predicted shortage of 18,700 nurses by 2020, where only half of the nurses that we need are available to take care of us. When you look at scholarships, you're looking that our 600 master's prepared students are going out in roles as nurse practitioners, contributing to primary care. So it really is an investment in more than just one individual. It's an investment in the future of nursing and in the strength of the nursing workforce in New Jersey. At UMDNJ, we have 3 programs. We have over 400 students in our accelerated baccalaureate program. These are students with careers prior to coming here, with degrees, some with bachelor's degrees, others with graduate degrees, that are looking to transition into a new field. They've opted into nursing in part because of their interest in making a difference, having a career where they can truly have an impact, not only at an individual level, but at a societal level. And nursing has grown in its opportunities for different careers and different talents that can be used in the healthcare system. We have over 600 master's students at UMDNJ who will become our future nurse educators, nurse anesthetists, nurse practitioners, nurse educators. Did I say that already, I think? I want to make sure, as our nurse educator table is over here, and I didn't see a smile right away, but these are our individuals that, as I said before, are going to educate our next generation of nurses. They are going to be primary care practitioners, especially serving in many of our underserved communities where our residents certainly are challenged with many stressors related to the environment, to health, and other social issues. And we have over approximately 100 doctoral students, most of them in our clinical doctorate program, the Doctor of Nursing Practice program, and some in our PhD program in urban health. And these students are our leaders, and not of the next generation, but of tomorrow, and many of them of today, who are getting additional education, depth and breadth in education in leadership, in health policy, in economics, in quality, and certainly in research. We are very proud of all of our students, and I believe that UMDNJ School of Nursing makes a tremendous impact on the well-being and health of the residents of New Jersey. So I applaud you all.
To me, the honor to share with you a few thoughts of what it means to me to be a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation New Careers in Nursing Scholar. So it was right before I began to create a deferment letter to the nursing program at UMDNJ for financial reasons, of course, that I was told that I had received the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation's New Careers in Nursing Scholarship. I remember calling my mother and crying and screaming and saying to her, "It's really going to happen. I am going to become a nurse. I am a Robert Wood Johnson scholar." And after she calmed me down and told me to take a deep breath, I said to her, "My life is going to change." For many students, this award is the difference between a dream realized and one deferred. This scholarship has given me the opportunity to see a passion become the beginning of a lifelong career. So being selected as a Robert Wood Johnson New Careers in Nursing Scholar is not just an honor, but it's a call to leadership. It was a School of Nursing faculty member that said, leadership equals generosity. Therefore, in order to truly be a leader, you must give away what we have learned. And as I think about those 4 semesters that I've spent at UMD&J, which I love, I can truly say that I've lived that statement. All of the tools, the values, and the knowledge that UMD&J has given me, I gave away to others. Each time we go out and provide a community presentation on the opportunity that the scholarship affords minority students, I give to potential students who, like me, were unsure how they could live their dream a face of hope. I give away words. Words that say it's possible to change your course. Follow your passion and become a nurse. It's my hope that others see what being a scholar has done for me and decide to pursue a rewarding career in nursing through scholarship support by the foundation. To change your path in life and start over is no easy feat, trust me. But to know that someone sees in you who you will be as the result of that change, well, it makes you feel like anything is possible. And so on behalf of all the Robert Wood Johnson New Careers in Nursing Scholars, I would like to say thank you to the foundation for seeing something special in us and making what would have been impossible, possible. Thank you.